are making a lot of noise at AT&T Stadium.
Anything that moves between these lines, got to get dealt with.
They hand it to Pollard. He comes running out the right side. Deep to the post to Lamb. At the 5 to the goal line.
Dallas Cowboys Game Night is presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
33-10, the final score as the Dallas Cowboys take down the Carolina Panthers. It's their 6th win by 20 or more points in 2023. The last time the Cowboys won 6 games by at least 20 points was 1978. The Cowboys get their 7th win of the campaign and improve to 7-3 on the 2023 season. Welcome in to Cowboys Game Night. He's Nate Newton, the 6-time Pro Bowler and the 3-time Super Bowl champion. I'm Kyle Youmans. Glad you're with us. It was another complete game from the Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy talks about that complementary football, the defensive side of the ball, helping the offense out, and the defense certainly set the tone today.
Definitely. The offense started a little slow, but the defense didn't. The first 3 series all ended with 3rd down sacks. These guys played it. Michael Parsons came out and showed you that, hey, he wasn't a has-been in his young career, and he played great. And Ron Bland,
Oh, yeah.
Great job, young man. A pick 6. What, a record now?
Yeah, 4th pick 6 for DaRon Bland. You can call him the Run Bland because all he does is run into the end zone is what he does whenever he has an interception. What a historic day it was, not only because of DaRon Bland, but because Jerry Jones made the announcement that Jimmy Johnson is going into the Ring of Honor. Dallas looking for their first win in Carolina since 2012. Getting started after a Dallas 3-and-out. The Panthers on 3rd and 3. A Lion hunting a Panther. Have you ever seen that before? Micah Parsons with the sack, and it forces a punt for Carolina. Next drive, Dak Prescott drops back, throws it over the middle, and there's Luke Schoonmaker into double coverage, but he holds on to the football for 6, his first touchdown since week 2.
Man, right up the seam. Dak put it on him. Big play, took a big hit from the safety and corner. Great job, Schoonmaker.
He definitely hung in there, and he held on to the football all the way through. Later in the frame, Micah Parsons would get loose again. His 2nd sack and another 3rd down sack ends the Carolina drive, and the Lion was hungry for more. We'll talk about that later on. Early in the 2nd quarter, Brandon Aubrey drills his 20th straight field goal to begin his NFL career, extending his NFL record. Dallas up by 10, but the Panthers were on the prowl in field goal range. 3rd down again. Guess what? Another sack. This time it's DeMarcus Lawrence. He holds Carolina to a field goal just beyond the 2-minute warning. D-Law with his first sack in a couple weeks. 2-minute drill then for the Dallas offense, and it was helped out by some Panther penalties. Dak Prescott takes off on the scramble, takes a hit late right as he elected to slide, and of course the flags would fly in late. 15-yard penalty called on the unnecessary roughness. That gave Dallas a first down and some extra field position as well. And then just a couple plays later, this was on 3rd and 16, a completion to CeeDee Lamb. But watch Kevontae Turpin at the top of the screen. After the play was over, he takes a hit from behind, and that is another unnecessary roughness. Gives Dallas a first down, and with under 30 seconds to play, Dak Prescott rolls out, throws it to the left side. There's CeeDee Lamb in the back of the end zone. 17-3, the Dallas Cowboys take that lead into the halftime break. Midway through the 3rd, the Panthers with an answer. Bryce Young hits Tommy Trimble for 6, making it a 1-score game. Carolina in it, but Dallas turned on the afterburners. Just 5 minutes following the Carolina score, it's Tony Pollard rumbling his way into the end zone from 21 yards out. His first rushing score for Pollard since week 1.
I like to see it right. Look at it, like the ocean just opened up for him, man, and he powered through there, running over guys, man. 21 hard-earned yards. He showed some explosiveness there.
No doubt about that. And then just a couple seconds later, 10 seconds on the game clock, DaRon Bland undercuts the Bryce Young throw, and he takes it to the house. His 4th pick 6 of the year, tying an NFL record. Dallas turned a 1-possession game into a 30-10 lead just like that. And DaRon Bland with his 6th interception of the 2023 season, and he has 11 in his NFL career. He's just in year 2, might I remind you. And that wasn't it for the Dallas defense. Micah Parsons ties a career high with his 2nd sack. He has to combine this one with Jaron Kearse. 2.5 sacks for Micah Parsons on the day. 6 in total for the Dallas defense as they win this one 33-10 on the road against the Carolina Panthers. Bank of America Stadium never really kind to the Dallas Cowboys, but they were kind this time around as they win it by 23. When we come back here on Cowboys Game Night, we're going to hear from Micah Parsons, now a new career high for him in the sack column. He got after it after maybe a frustrating week in Week 10. We'll tell you about it next.
This segment is brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Make every day game day with Dallas Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery. Play today for your chance to win big.
33-10, the final score as the Cowboys take down the Panthers in Week 11. And Micah Parsons helped set the tone defensively. He had 2 sacks in the first quarter. His 2.5 total from this matchup ties his career best. And Micah had plenty to say following the game, just 1 week after he was a bit frustrated following his outing against the New York Giants. Let's listen to him following the win.
I mean, that count for me. I know in their meetings we're trying to do everything we can to try to slow me down and things like that. And with me moving around and doing the things that I do, it definitely draws more attention. And in the second half, there's a lot more double teams, a lot more chips and things like that. So, it's just being impactful. That's when everybody else eats, as we saw. So, I think when I do that, it just sets the tone for the game.
Your thoughts on Bland's pick?
Yeah, special. I mean, we've seen it from one player who's out this year who used to do stuff like that, and seeing him come into his own is truly special, remarkable. He's having a defensive player of the year. I mean, he should be a lock for All-Pro. I mean, it shouldn't be a question for the accolades. He should be picking up. He's on a remarkable, unbelievable run right now. Since I've been here, I only saw one other guy do that, so it'll be fun to see how he finishes this year.
How much do you think you guys are helping each other with you obviously rushing the passer and then him on the back end?
Oh, I mean, it all works together. I mean, and that's the conversations that you guys asked early in the week. I'm like, man, the ball's coming out early. You're going to have a chance to jump. We're running pretty fast. I think we got a key on the snap and things like that. And there's opportunities. And DB took his op and made a play. So that's kind of the feedback. When we know we're getting after a team, our quarterback's kind of scared. He might have been getting the ball off in 1 second in the second half. Everything's flat, out route, things like that. I'm like, yo, take a shot. You got an opportunity there, and he made the most of his opportunity.
And then he doesn't seem like the type to really be bragging about his stats and things like that. What is he like around you guys in the locker room like this?
You kind of got to force DB to talk to. He's definitely a comfort guy. He's a quiet one, but he warms up as he gets to know you and talk to you. I just got him to start playing Call of Duty with me, so that says a lot.
Three.
Here's a look at the defensive stats for the Cowboys, including 6 sacks. They hit Bryce Young 11 times. The rookie quarterback did not have a whole lot of time to throw the football as the Cowboys held Carolina to 10 points. It was a bit rocky midway through that third quarter whenever Tommy Tremble found the end zone. That was only the 3rd touchdown for the Carolina offense in their previous 46 possessions. But they did find their way right after that. The Bland pick. You had the pass rush do what they did. What impressed you the most about the defense?
Just the way they kept battling. I mean, the run wasn't what we thought it would be in the first half. We thought it would be non-existent. It'd just be an all-out blitz on the young guy, but it wasn't. They ran the ball. Chuba Hubbard, Miles Sanders, they ran the ball for combined 4.6 average, and so when you do that right there, it gets the defense out of sorts. But like I said earlier, every sack was a 3rd down sack, and that changed the ball back to the offense, and that was the great thing. That's what I like, the constant pressure. They never stopped working. Parsons got off early, and Bland just sealed the deal with the pick 6.
Carolina finished with just 187 total yards. They had 110 on the ground between 2 different rushers, Miles Sanders and Chuba Hubbard. And then you also had Bryce Young. He only had 123 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. One more note for Micah Parsons, tied his career high with those 2.5 sacks. The last person to have only more sacks in the game was DeMarcus Lawrence when he did so with 3 sacks against the Giants in 2022. He has 10 sacks on the year, does Micah Parsons. Pretty impressive what he's continued to do as the season's gone on. Same can be said for CeeDee Lamb. He didn't hit 150 yards today receiving, but he did have a receiving touchdown. We hear from CeeDee when we come back with more Cowboys Game Night.
This segment was brought to you by the Texas Lottery. Make every day game day with Dallas Cowboys scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery. Play today for your chance to win big.
Welcome back to Cowboys Game Night. Let's hear from CeeDee Lamb. He did not hit the 150-yard receiving mark for the 4th straight week, but he did have a receiving touchdown from Dak Prescott. Here's what he had to say following the win over the Panthers.
Yes. Caught me by surprise. Obviously the way it transpired, but, I mean, it's no surprise that he caught a pick. Happy for my man. He got 4 touchdowns. He deserved it, man. He needed. We need another one. Happy for him, but hell of a play. Hell of a play.
You get to go against Glenn, obviously, in practice. What do you see on a daily basis that makes him so special?
We always competing. You know, everybody in the back end. That goes for him, Trey when he comes back next year, and Gilly, Lou, the whole DB corps, man. They're together. They play with a passion, and they out to hunt.
We knew Carolina's tough against the pass game. We talked about getting the run game going. What was it like for the offense to get it on the running back?
Man, that's good. Shows the versatility. Happy for the backs. TP got in the box again. It's been a while, but I know it's always a good feeling. You know, to cherish with your brothers, and all the hard work paying off.
Talk us through your touchdown pass. What you saw and how you helped score it.
They were in cover 0. Touchdown.
That easy, huh?
Yes.
You're over 1,000 yards now, 10 games in. I know we've reflected a lot on your accomplishments so far this season. How did that feel? What does that mean?
Feels great. Another accomplishment behind us. You know, I mean, we obviously still working, still focusing on what we got next, and see you again on Thursday. Right. Obviously, the first couple possessions we didn't start how we wanted. I think they were both punts. That's not ideal, but, I mean, we bounced back.
Big breath back.
So CeeDee Lamb finishing with 6 receptions, 38 yards. He did have the touchdown, which was a big one right before the halftime break. And the offense as a whole didn't really jump off the stat sheet. You see the 107 rushing yards. They were balanced because they put up 204 through the air, 4 touchdowns. But the number one concern, or I guess lack thereof concern, is the fact that there's a 0 in that turnover column. What's the ceiling for this offense, Nate Newton, if this offense continues to take care of the football?
Oh, there's no ceiling. I mean, we can easily get up around 30 points on average, I think, because if you can just continue to run the ball, I say have a 4.6 yard average per carry, nothing is impossible for this offense. We have the receivers, we have the tight ends, we have the quarterback that is mobile, that can move around, that can get us out of trouble. All we need is consistency from our offensive line and a little bit more run game, and hey, the ceiling is to the sky.
Yeah, continue to move that direction. What did you think about the offensive line and the way that they played on Sunday?
You know, I think it's always a group effort. I think the backs did a great job of helping getting out into the out routes and let Dak get it out of there. I think Dak does a good job of moving around, and I think Steele is getting better, and I think our center, Biotis, is getting better. Those are my 2 points that I'm always worried about every week.
Of course, on paper, the Cowboys are heavy favorites against teams like the Giants and the Panthers, but the strength of both the Giants and the Panthers could be argued that it's their front 7, but it's back-to-back weeks where the Cowboys have not allowed a sack and have really done a nice job getting the run game going. And when we come back here on Cowboys Game Night, we're going to hear from Mike McCarthy about if they can maybe continue to get the run game going and keep that offense moving in the right direction. Cowboys win at 33-10. We'll be right back. The The Cowboys get a 33-10 win over the Carolina Panthers. Welcome back into Cowboys game night. Let's hear from head coach Mike McCarthy. His team continues to play good football, complimentary football, and something he's always preached since he took over as the head coach for the Cowboys. Here he is at the podium.
Yeah, and they responded, but I think the thing in this game, and there was a lot of long drives, and there weren't a lot of big momentum swings in the game. So, and that was clearly the biggest one. So, and that's that's part of our play style. That's part of our complementary football. That in my view was the biggest play that was made today. And those games changed the course of games, and that definitely put us in the driver's seat.
And Tony's touchdown run, just to finish the way that he did. What do you think?
Another excellent play. Not only the fact that the run, but how he did it, and just the inside zone, and we had some moments earlier that weren't clean. I thought we did a better job. I thought I gave the guys better looks in the second half. So a lot of good to come out of this, and frankly, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time. We'll be watching Washington on the way home. So that's not the. Sorry, I'm not here to go ticky-tack with you on stats today. I apologize because my mind's already on to the next one.
You talk about quality and getting him going. I mean, you guys have expressed confidence in him, but he had a big game. How important that his confidence?
He's human. He needs to have those touches because we all know what he can do, and I don't see Tony playing with any lack of confidence. So, we've had a good week of practice. It wasn't the best week of practice, but it was a good solid week of practice, and we cut down on some things. All part of this. 3 games in 14 days or whatever it is. So, I don't see Tony as someone that Tony, in my view, is a proven player. So
what happened with CeeDee and Dak?
Say again?
What happened with CeeDee and Dak?
What do you mean?
He didn't break any records.
Oh. Well, Mike McCord probably can use a little relief. He's run out of footballs this past week. So.
Saudis of the Athletic. Mike, quick clarification. When you said Jimmy and Jerry showed up in your locker, around what time or how much before?
It was right. It was right before the referees showed up because they had to wait for us. So whatever time that was, that's when they were there. So
about 90 minutes.
And, of course, Mike McCarthy alluding to Jimmy Johnson going into the Ring of Honor. We'll talk about that in a minute. But Mike McCarthy, that's career win number 162. He now passes Mike Holmgren for 18th on the all-time wins list. When we come back, we'll talk about Nate Newton's head coach being honored by Jerry Jones pregame. More Cowboys game night right after this.
Dallas Cowboys game night was presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
Cowboys win this one in Week 11. 33-10 was the final score. Cowboys take down the Panthers and improve to 7-3. And not only did Dallas win on the field, they won off of it. Pre-game, Jerry Jones announcing that Jimmy Johnson, the legendary head coach, will be inducted into the Ring of Honor on December 30th. Jimmy Johnson coached Nate Newton. And Nate, what are your thoughts on him finally getting this honor?
I'm loving it. I'm loving you, Mr. Jones. I'm loving Coach Johnson, man. 2 alpha males breaking it down so they can do the right thing for all the fans and all the former players. Thank you very, very much.
Now, Jimmy Johnson, Jerry Jones, and Nate Newton have all had some success on Thanksgiving in the past, and that's the next one up for the Dallas Cowboys. What do you want to see from this Cowboys team heading into Thursday?
Just be consistent. You had 5 penalties this week for 45. We had a holding. That was the bulk of it. Keep it that or less, and we should be okay. And be healthy this coming week. Just stay healthy so you can play well in the game.
Of course, with it being such a quick turnaround, it's back-to-back Thursdays from here on out, but you got 4 days to get ready for the Thursday Thanksgiving matchup, 3:25 kickoff. We'll be here to break it down for you on Cowboys pregame live at 2 p.m. Central Time coming up Thursday, and then we'll have, of course, Cowboys OT, Cowboys game night, and the first word presented by Dr. Pepper as well. It's a victory this week for the Cowboys, 33-10, the final score for Nate Newton. I'm Kyle Youmans. We'll see you next time.